The first batch of the Made in India Mark III variant Dhruv advanced light helicopter, customized for coastal security, is slated for delivery to Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard shortly. This is a landmark event for both sides, being the first bulk order of the Dhruv Mark III placed on the state-owned Hindustan Aeronautics Limited by the two services. While the Indian Army and Air Force have inducted later versions of ALH Mark III utility and weaponized Mark IV Rudra in large numbers, the Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard have thus far operated only older Mark I variant with conventional cockpit and turbomeca turboshaft engines. The customized Mark III under delivery system features a full-class cockpit with HAL's integrated architecture display system, more powerful Shakti engines, and a host of new systems integrated by HAL's Rotary Wing Research and Design Center. And all of these are considered to be very, very important updates. Hello everyone and welcome back for another interesting session of the defense updates provided by SSB Crack Exams. We are one-stop solution for you if you're preparing for the defense examinations. SSB Crack Exams is always the most sought after Android application by millions of students and defense aspirants across India who are dreaming to join the armed forces of our country. We provide you unique lecture content, hundreds of study materials, thousands of sample practice questions, exercises and quizzes. Our mock tests are made specially keeping in view of the latest exam patterns. So do download the app and subscribe to your favorite course. Also, please do follow us on all social media platforms to keep yourself updated with important Indian and international defense inputs. Beginning with the question of the day that I have asked on 24th of November 2020, that is yesterday. And the question that I asked was, what is exercise Samvedana? Okay, I repeat, what is exercise Samvedana? Okay, so the correct answer for this particular one is, it is the Indian Air Force's first multilateral HADR exercise that we have to understand and remember. So most of you people have given the correct answer for this particular one. So this was a first multilateral, that means a international HADR exercise which is conducted between some of the important nations. This was actually hosted by the Southern Air Command of the Indian Air Force and it was conducted in the year of 2018 from March of 12th to 17th. It was conducted in Thiruvananthapuram along the coast of Kerala, and the nations that are participating, that have participated in this particular exercise were the Air Forces of Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal and United Arab Emirates, all of those who are the South Asian region nations. So the objective of this exercise is to stir up all the stakeholders in synergizing unified humanitarian assistance and the disaster relief efforts. So this was a purely HADR exercise that we have to understand and remember. That is it regarding exercise Samvedana. Going through with the first and foremost important defense updates is regarding the Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narawane visiting the northeastern region areas, and he has visited various other important commands and their headquarters, and he reviewed the operational preparedness and the volatility and the security of those areas. He reached Dimapur of Nagaland on 23rd of November 2020, 2 days back. He's on a 3 days visit towards all the important areas in the northeastern region. He was actually briefed by Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan, who is the General Officer Commanding in Chief of the Eastern Command, and he's also given brief by the General R.P. Kalita, Lieutenant General R.P. Kalita, who is the GOC of the Special Spear Corps. And he's on the operational preparedness. He visited various areas of Assam, Nagaland, Manipur and Arunachal Pradesh. He also visited the Assam Rifles headquarters also in Nagaland. Actually Assam Rifles headquarters is located in Meghalaya. Okay, so this is also a very, very important one. And the various army headquarters he also visited in Nagaland and Manipur to make first-hand assessment of the ground situation. All of these areas are being done to continue and maintain the security of these areas in the upcoming areas wherein which we have a very volatile relationship with the China, and all of these northeastern regions are to be very strong and secure as of now. We have to consider. Going through with the next important update is regarding His Excellency Barry O'Farrell, who is the important administrative officer and is also the High Commissioner of Australia. He visited the Flag Officer Commanding in Chief of the Western Naval Command. He interacted with the Naval Commander of our country. And he also exchanged the views on various issues of the common interest such as bilateral cooperation, defense and security, strategic partnership and various other detailed areas were also discussed between both of them. We have to understand that all of these are considered to be very, very important and crucial ones months. The current visit by High Commissioner is in accordance with the good relations enjoyed by both the Commonwealth nations and is expected to further strengthen the existing bonds between both the countries. We should also understand that recently Quad has conducted the exercise wherein which Australia, USA, India and Japan have conducted very important Malabar exercise, and after that exercise the relationship between the four countries are now strengthened and tightened. Now this visit is also another important improval of this important bilateral relationship that we have to understand. Going through now with the next important update is regarding India working on 1500 kilometer range BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. This is a very strategic one. Yesterday what happened was Indian Army has tested the land-based version of the BrahMos cruise missile, and it has done waypoint curve maneuver to avoid interception by air defense system. You can see in the video that is being posted now in front of you. So this is the only supersonic cruise missile in the world as of now. It flies at 2.8 Mach, that means 2.8 times the speed of the speed of the sound, and you have to understand that currently it has a range of around 290 kilometers, but the range of this particular missile, it is going to extend up to 400 kilometers as of now, and the research regarding this is being conducted, and later this particular one might be increased to around 1500 kilometers. Okay, so BrahMos is a very important crucial missile. It is a product of the joint venture between India's Defense Research and Development Organization and Russia's NPO Mashinostrojeniya in 1998. Actually, it is a portmanteau of the names of the two rivers of India's Brahmaputra and Russia's Moskva river. So BrahMos has a maximum speed of 2.8 Mach. It has around, it can fly around 3,450 kilometers per hour, and it is difficult to intercept by surface to air missiles currently deployed from warships across the world. So the missile's cruising altitude could be 15 kilometers, and it can fly the lowest at around 10 meters above the surface, and it has a weight of around 200 to 300 kilograms. So this is a two-stage missile. It has solid propellant booster engine that kicks in the first stage, and the second stage it will be going through with the supersonic range. So that is it regarding this important crucial update that we have to remember. Going through now with the next important update is regarding the first batch of the Made in India ALH Dhruv Mark III helicopters are now ready for delivery for the Indian Navy and the Indian Coast Guard. This is what I was discussing in the introduction session. If you go through in detail regarding this particular one, these new helicopters that we are seeing, they look very majestic and very beautiful. They have HAL's integrated architecture display system, and they also possess the powerful Shakti engines, which are actually the Safran's RD-10 engines. They are named as the Shakti engines. They are a host of new systems integrated by the HAL's Rotary Wing Research and Design Center. Okay, so around 3 or 2 helicopters of these were actually handed over to RWRDC few years back in the year of 2017, and a very detailed research has been done, and after all, then these helicopters are being manufactured. If you go through as of now, around a contract for around 32 coastal security advanced light helicopters were actually inked in March 2017 with Indian Coast Guard as the lead service. Only ICG approached the HAL actually in the year of 2017 for these helicopters, but later on what happened was, again Indian Navy also placed an order for 16 other aircrafts, and it was replaced in order to develop those sort of aircrafts which will those sort of helicopters which will replace the existing Chetak helicopters in the Indian Navy. So later on, both of these have combined and clubbed into this program. Both the programs were dovetailed into one another, and regarding the upcoming overarching responsibility, taking in view of the previous disasters that India has faced, let it be humanitarian or disaster relief operations, let it be 2011, 2008 Mumbai terror attacks, or whichever things have happened in our country, all of them are taken into consideration. The defense equipments are taken into consideration, and both of these programs have clubbed together. And if you go through some important crucial details, please concentrate what is written here. It is around from 6 of the 16 that are going to be manufactured as of now from the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. 6 of these will be equipped with an indigenously developed low frequency dunking sonar. Okay, what is it? It is the low frequency dunking sonar. This is a very strategic sonar that we have to say, and it is developed by the Kochi based Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory. So all of these are developed by these. This is a very crucial sonar that will improve the naval ability, the naval architecture ability of this helicopter. And these sonar units are actually designed and developed by the Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory, but these are actually produced and manufactured by the Bharat Electronics Limited of our country with a host of various other sub vendors downstream. HAL is actually plans to deliver around 5 of these helicopters by the end of November 2020. That means in the next few days, from by the November ends, 5 of these helicopters will be delivered very soon. 9 of these other remaining helicopters will be delivered by March 2021, and the remaining balance 18 will be delivered by September of 2021. That is the plan that they have made, and they will continuously work through regarding this particular plan and program. Okay, so what is this particular one? This is the indigenously developed ALH Dhruv Mark 3 helicopters. See, you have to understand and remember, they are already existing Mark 3 helicopters in the Indian Navy, in the Indian Air Force. There are already Mark 3 helicopters existing in the Indian Air Force and also in the Indian Army, but the existing Mark 3 helicopters, they are not made, they are not indigenously made, but these helicopters that I am talking, they are actually made in India. This is the main strategic point that you have to understand and remember. Okay, going through now with the next update is regarding government approves the joint military logistics nodes in run up to theater commands. So before creating theater commands, Indian government has approved its acceptance in creating joint military logistic nodes. Okay, these are what? These are the joint military logistics nodes, where in which in these nodes all the personnel from Army, Navy, Air Force will work together and they will combinedly work. Okay, so these are around 15 lakh strong armed forces we have from among most of them. The steps have there to inject some desperately required integration among these 3 services and eventual creation of the unified theater commands. So creation of these joint military logistic nodes will improve the battleground capability and the quick reaction timings of the Indian Armed Forces, if we have to consider. And now, because the situation is not very well going through with Pakistan and China, the creation of these JML nodes is considered to be a very crucial and appreciative step taken up by the defense agencies and the government of India and the Ministry of Defense also. Going through now with the next important update is regarding the Ministry of Home Affairs has recently unearthed a 1,000 crore rupee Hawala ring racket that was being run by the People's Liberation Army, the Chinese army in India. The Chinese army, along with various other Pakistani infiltrators, they are trying to set up their intelligence agencies inside our country, which is considered to be a very crucial point that we have to remember. This development actually comes few days back. A Chinese person who's known as a Liu Sang, he has been arrested by the Delhi police. He's also known, he's named himself as Charlie Peng. So he was a suspected agent of Chinese intelligence service. When he was interrogated by the Delhi police officials, he said and he accepted that he was working for the China and he was there to increase the Chinese espionage activities in our country. So regarding that, after this particular one, Ministry of Home Affairs has conducted very strategic raids all the across country and important areas wherein which the Chinese people were there or the Pakistani infiltrators were also there. So both China and Pakistan are moving hand in hands in creating a proper espionage in our country and in breaking the unity and the territorial integrity of our country. So the Ministry of State Security has done this particular one in August, and various Chinese agents were arrested and they were getting help from existing entrenched Pak spy networks to establish the networks in India. So this was a very humiliating part that you have to understand and remember. And we need to also understand that the crackdown on a multi-billion Hawala racket operating in Delhi region revealed that Liu Sang had created fake Indian identity of Charlie Peng through forged Aadhaar cards and travel documents. He was earlier arrested by Delhi police, and as per the records, he was collecting information on whereabouts of key Tibetan refugees, people close to Dalai Lama in India also. So during interrogation, he revealed that he had crossed into India in 2013 and first settled in Manipur, where he married Indian woman, and the duo started living in rented accommodation. After staying for a few days in Manipur, he shifted his base to Delhi. So in June this year, Research and Analysis Wing said that it was bolstering up its maritime intelligence network with increased focus in Arabian Sea region to counter the growing influence of China-Pakistan nexus in the Indian Ocean region. That is it regarding the important defense updates that I want to discuss with you as of now. Now we will have a very quick review by going through some of the most important questions. And the first and foremost question is, on 24th of November 2020, the Chief of Army Staff has visited Assam Rifles headquarters situated in which region to make a first-hand assessment of the ground situation. The Assam Rifles headquarters, it is situated in Shillong in Meghalaya. Going through with the next question is, yesterday Army tested BrahMos as a part of user training exercise that demonstrated how many waypoint curve maneuvers to avoid interception by air defense system. It has done around 3 important waypoint curve maneuvers. So these waypoint curve maneuvers indicate that it will be very difficult for the tracking enemy defense agency or whichever interception that is there, enemy air defense systems also. Okay, so now going through with the next question is, ALH Dhruv Mark III helicopter features a full glass cockpit with integrated architecture display system. This is actually developed by which particular agency? So IADS, it is developed by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited itself. Going through now with the next question is, 6 of the 16 naval Mark III ALH helicopters are to be equipped with an indigenously developed low frequency dunking sonar. This is developed by which particular agency? So LFDS, this one is developed by the Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory. These will be manufactured by what? It will be manufactured by the Bharat Electronics Limited. That is what the next question is asking. The LFDS sonar units of ALH Mark III are being produced by which state-owned company with a host of submentors downstream? It is absolutely option B, Bharat Electronics Limited. That is it regarding the important questions. Now we will have the question of the day, and the question of the day for today is, what is NAVAMS 4 and what is its theme? Or what is NAVAMS 4 and what is its theme? The correct answer for this particular one and the details regarding this question I will be giving you in the next session. Until then, stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams. Subscribe to our channel. Download our Android app from Google Play Store. Stay safe, stay healthy, be confident, keep eating healthy food. Jai Hind.